tell you guys about the story. I'd say probably 2007, 2007, yeah, April 2007. I was doing an overnight shift at CVS, and it was very typical. The third shift is like 11 to 7, um, pretty much for throughout the period of the day, and it's me, a manager, and we had an overnight pharmacist who stayed in and for pharmacy. So we were one of those special CVS stores. And I'd say it's probably it's a typical day. We start wrapping up around, I don't know, like around 4 or 5-ish. We start straightening up the store, all the products that we're doing. We sort of kind of wrap it up and start straightening out the store for customers coming in the morning. So it's about 5:30, and I'm on aisle 3. And there's another manager on aisle 2, and we're straightening up the store. And straightening is simply just bringing all the items that people have purchased, and when they have inventory behind it, we just pull it to the front to make it look presentable. It's almost like trying to make it look like wallpaper, like everything's pushed towards you. So I'm on aisle 3, and I hear the door open, and I hear some like a clinking of metal, but I didn't think about nothing about it. It's 5:30 in the morning. So I look up, and there's a guy coming towards me with a mask on and a pistol drawn to me like this, telling me, don't, be quiet. So obviously I shut up, needless to say. Didn't say too much after that. And the manager on the next aisle, either he wasn't paying attention, he didn't see the guy come past his aisle to get me. Not exactly sure how that happened, but the guy proceeds to duct tape my hands and my mouth while I'm laying on the aisle. Now, what's crazy to me, I always say it to myself after looking back at it, is duct tape is not a silent process. This is very loud. So had it been in reverse and I would have been the manager, I probably would have noticed that and would have been like, what's that noise? But that's totally another story. So they grabbed the manager and they duct taped both of us. Now we're both laying on the aisle, on the third aisle where I was at initially, and one of the guys goes all the way to the back to go get the pharmacist. So he just pretty much tells the pharmacist to lay down and yada, yada, yada. So as we're laying there, it was this lady who used to come in, and she used to buy Little Debbie snacks. And she appeared to be homeless. She come in with some change or whatever like that. And she always got the coffee donut sticks, the little dipping donut sticks. So she comes in on cue. It's me and the manager just laying there, duct taped together. And she walks past, she looks at me, and it goes and continues to go to get those donut sticks. And I'm like, lady, you need to leave. Like, this is not a joke. We're not playing. This is very serious. So after she went and got the donut stick, she came back and she was looking like, which one of y'all gonna check me out? Like, how am I figure out it's clearly I'm apprehended right now. So the robbers, the people who came in to rob the store, they told her to just, follow us to the back, which was scary because when they started saying follow us to the back, you don't know what's going to happen back there. I mean, it's worse enough they got your duct tape on the aisle, and it's worse enough they got your duct tape on the aisle, not knowing how desperate these guys are or how bad they want it. So we go back to the back, and ironically enough, we have 2 safes in the back, and one is a safe inside a safe. So ironically, one of the safes were open. So opposed to having getting 2 safes, they only got into one. Here's another ironic part about this story was that we had 2 safe deposits. Like, we had 2 deposits in the safe, which almost never happens because in the case of a robbery, they obviously make away with more money. So this was very, very ironic, right? So the guy actually, one guy goes out to the pharmacy because the pharmacy has a safe as well. Only thing inside the pharmacy is like narcotics though, so there's no actual money in it. So they leave the pharmacy. They didn't take anything out of the pharmacy safe. They just took, I think they said it was like $7,000, something like that, out of our safe, you know what I'm saying? And it was a pretty crazy experience. Now, when they left out, the manager hit the panic button. And I mean, I kid you not, police showed up like this. But they showed up like this, but the location that we were in these guys who just robbed us had to be like on foot. So it's just like, y'all showed up so fast, y'all probably passed up the guys who robbed us, coming in the store. I mean, they showed up probably like, I'd say give it 3-4 minutes after the robbers left, the police showed up. And I live in Atlanta, and I was working in the West End, which is a fairly populated area. There's a lot of college kids and stuff like that. But the guys who robbed us weren't college kids. They definitely weren't of the college caliber. So, needless to say, it was a real crazy situation. I'd say shortly after that, and I mean a couple days, I went ahead and handed in my resignation. There was no longer for me a spot at CVS. And the kicker about all this was that we actually had security at CVS. We had an overnight security guy, but CVS wanted to, I guess they were budgeting, so the security guy left at like 5 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all this, it just seemed to be too ironic to me, and I refuse to be on the clock. I don't get robbed outside of work. Knock on wood. I'm not. This is not a joke towards people who have been robbed. But I haven't been robbed off the clock. So for me to be at work and getting robbed, that just wasn't my forte. So needless to say, shortly after that, and I say maybe a couple days after that, I resigned and I started working on the road. So that's my CVS story on how I got robbed and had to quit because that just wasn't for me.